Hey, Adina, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I like how we're both wearing green for Venus Day,
Of course.
as we should. Um, yeah, super excited about your lecture. Like, as soon as I read the title, I was like, yes, this is what I'm looking for. So I'm so excited. But before we talk a little bit about that, let's talk about you and your astrology practice and yeah, what you do.
Mhm. Yeah, so I'm a consulting astrologer. I primarily work with more traditional Hellenistic methods, but pull from every kind of different thing from what I've learned, at least. I've studied primarily under Sam Reynolds, who is a fantastic astrologer. And in my practice, I really kind of like to focus on people's sort of longer term stories and longer term like patterns and cycles that are playing out and really like picture kind of the long game of different paths people are on, because I think my skill lies most in that ability to kind of put the whole picture together and pull something clear out of it. So I really enjoy doing that work with people, both in a natal consultations and things just like looking at timing for what's coming ahead. I'm also particularly interested and really passionate about working with people in relationships and just thinking about how they're approaching relationships and how astrology can be a way to frame relating to other people, which I think, kind of goes in line with my talk in just the sense of I want astrologers to be able to really like relate to all of their clients and be able to like have language and like just ways of thinking that can like, be more understanding of people's experiences.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so you do consults. You write? Do you write? You do write, right?
I do. I'm working on, I put up stuff out here and there, but I've got sort of things in the works to start publishing things online in some format more regularly.
Cool, cool. It's hard.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, talk a little bit more about your lecture and also share the title with us too.
Uh, So my lecture is called Rethinking the Astrology of Fatness. And this has kind of been an idea that's been in my head for a very long time. I've also been in conversations with, other astrologers and other people in the Twitter sphere who think about this, particularly Alyssa of Praxis Astrology and Sea of Series on Twitter is another person who we've had these conversations. I think they're really important conversations about sort of how the kind of standard approach to things like weight and bodies in astrology can not actually match up to the lived experience of fat people in particular. So I wanted to use this talk to kind of offer some critiques of a lot of the standard framings and introduce astrologers to some of the thoughts and frameworks that exist in the fat liberation movement, because I think even many socially conscious, socially minded astrologers don't necessarily know a ton about fat liberation and this area of activism. And even though I'm not an activist myself, I've learned a lot about this and follow people and want to kind of bring that to the astrology world in some small form.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like this is just so needed. It's conversations that need to be had in larger context, really, because um it's stuff that comes up that people don't really talk about. I have a friend who is an Aquarius rising with Saturn in the first house, and she's like, I don't really know if this really fits me. Like, I'm not really skinny. Like, it like things say I should be because I have Saturn in the first. And it's like, Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem that people think that their astrology doesn't fit them because of these very narrow viewpoints on things like fatness, and other identifying, aspects that we assign to planets and placements. So I'm super stoked for this. And yeah, just really happy that you submitted. Anything else you want to share, and you want to let people know how they can find you?
No, I mean, I just want to say thank you so much for creating this space. I know it's a really important kind of space, and I'm really grateful to be a part of it. Yeah, and if you want to find me online, I'm at Adina Rising, Adina Rising on mostly Twitter and Instagram is where I post things. And yeah, I also do consultations if you are interested. So yeah, super excited to get to speak with everybody in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Yeah, and just a little plug, you came on my podcast way back when to talk about Jupiter. So if anyone's interested in learning about Adina's thoughts on Jupiter, we had a really awesome conversation with Nate Craddock. Yeah, that was a goodie.
So much fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adina.
Yeah, thank you so much.